It's August, and right now you're probably starting to just reap the rewards of all of that hard work that you've put in so far this season. But don't forget that there are still loads of seeds that you need to think about sowing this month. Now, these are the seeds that are going to take you on into autumn and through winter, and in some cases also help to fill that hungry gap early next year. So it's really important that you make sure that you get some of those crops in this month. August is a good time to get some autumn radishes in. Now, these are different from spring radishes. They want to grow as the weather's cooling down. And so if it's really hot still in August, wait a bit longer, maybe wait till the end of the month, because these radishes do not like hot weather. They're much more likely to bolt, but they're well worth growing because they come in all different colors of the rainbow, and there's some really exciting ones, including the Sakajima Japanese radish, which is the biggest radish in the world. Spinach is another cool weather staple to start sowing this month. Asian greens are another good crop to get in soon. Now, this is your pak choy, your bok choy, and things like komatsuna and tatsoi. All of these crops really come into their own in autumn, so August is a good time to start sowing your first of your succession crops of these. Swiss chard is our absolute winter staple because you can keep harvesting it all the way through winter and on into spring next year until your new sowings will take over from it. So it's a great one to get in now to make sure you've got fresh food in winter. I'll be sowing another round of lettuce this month as well. Now, if you're sowing towards the beginning of the month, go for a more heat tolerant variety so it can make sure it gets through the heat of August. But if you're sowing towards the end of the month, you can go for any old variety, even the more cool loving ones. Just remember that lettuce doesn't like germinating in hot weather. So if it's really, really hot, then wait a bit longer before sowing any of them. Mizuna and rocket are two other salad leaves that you should think about getting in August. These do really well all through autumn, so get your first crop in this month. If you haven't sown brassicas yet, good news is you've still got time on these two, so you can still sow your cauliflower and your collard greens this month, and that will make sure you've got food in that hungry gap early next year. Carrot harvests are in full flow right now, but you can still be sowing them, and you want to be doing that to make sure that those carrot harvests carry on all the way through autumn and on into early winter. Beetroots are fantastic in cold weather, so it's a really good idea to sow a load in August that will be the ones that you're eating in autumn and into winter. Mangel wurzels are a great crop to get in ready for winter. Now, that's because unlike beetroot, when these are ready, they won't bolt. They'll just sit and wait for you for a really long time. Now, that means you can have a full crop of these just sitting in your garden, waiting for you to harvest them all the way through winter, and you can just take them as you're ready. If, like me, you find brassicas a lot easier to grow over winter than you do in summer, think about getting some kohlrabi in this month. This is another one that you succession sow because it develops fairly quickly for a brassica, but it'll do really well developing as the weather cools down into autumn. And did you know that you can sow calendula now? You can sow it now and overwinter it in pots or module trays until you're ready to plant it out in spring next year. It means that you get flowers slightly earlier, so it's well worth thinking about doing. So lots of important crops that you need to be thinking about sowing this month while you're harvesting all the wonderful fruits of your labour.